baseball. The Mariners have 6 road games coming up before the All-Star game. 6 more games, I should say, before the All-Star break. 6 against the Marlins.
Oh, just 3. That's my bad.
What's going on
bad.
here? Who got into this prompter, Chris?
That's 3 against the Marlins, 3 against the Rays. They're not playing a 6-game series, Paul. That's my bad. It's early. I'll take the credit. That's an error.
Listen.
Hey, if we're going to sit here and take fun of J.P. Crawford on a throw to third, that's my error. I'm admitting.
As a U.S. soccer player did a lot of yesterday, took accountability. Chris, thank you.
My error.
And I'll take accountability because I'm such a jerk. I didn't even read that before this segment started. I'm so excited to get broadcaster Brad Adam on the show with us tonight. Chris, I'm sorry. Yesterday was a long day, and you're going to have to carry the mail.
It's a 3-game series, right, Brad? Not 6-game series?
6 road games.
Yeah, we're not in Tacoma.
3-game series.
It's not the PCL, it's just a 3-game series. But now I'm a little nervous because Egan wrote my teleprompter too, so I'm a little nervous. I better read it before.
Man, all right.
Hey, Brad, I do got to ask you, the sargassum. Apparently that's like seaweed for folks that aren't, oceanography minors like myself.
Like we are.
Yeah,
Right.
bad in Miami. Have you been to the beach yet to see this?
I have. I went out there, and it's just all over. It's in the water. It's on the beach. It's drying in the sun. It smells. I don't like to complain, but Miami's they've got a seaweed problem. And they said something about the storm. I can't remember. Somebody's trying to explain to me why it was so high this July. But it's definitely something that I would figure guys that being, like Chris Egan there, an oceanographer, some biology minor, that they could do something good with the seaweed, right? Make like energy or make
you can
clothes or something, right? Someone's got to come up with something for this.
They actually did in Klamath Falls. They do stuff with their algae. It's like power, but that's another show.
Listen, you too. Let's take a break from algae and talk some baseball. Brad, the Mariners are coming off a great homestand. They sweep the Angels and then take 2 or 3 against the Jays. Team has looked good this past week. What have you seen?
I've seen starting pitching, right? They made it through the rotation with, now remember, it's a little longer than other teams because there's 6 starters. So they made it through the entire homestand, all 6 starters with a quality start. I mean, if you do that, you're going to start stacking up wins and stacking up series wins. They had a few home runs, which was good to see. Randy, of course, hitting the grand slam, and Cal, but, Wu got it going at home, and everybody just kind of followed suit. It was really impressive to watch. Logan was great. It's pitching, and this team is built around that. We've seen that for years, and they're on a really good streak right now. It's going to be interesting to see if they can continue that and carry that on to the road. Have not played well on the road. Wu goes today. He's been pretty bad, 1-6 away from T-Mobile Park. They don't hit as well. And these 2 teams play well at home that they're facing in Miami and Tampa. So this will be a really good test, but they certainly are playing well coming into this series. Yeah,
sticking with pitching a little bit, Brad, you mentioned the starters and just one after another, not only pitching great games, but I think you had Hancock, go 7 innings. Logan Gilbert went 7+. That also ends up protecting the bullpen. Luis Castillo, he's pitched 6 great games in his last 7 outings. The piggyback apparently over for now. You think they'll go 6-man rotation the rest of the way?
Well, they said that they will go 6-man until the break. Okay. So they did it at home, and these 6 games, everybody will get a start, and then they'll reassess. It's just something that they're kind of trying to get a feel for, talk to the guys about. They had a couple scheduled, and they said, you know what, let's let Logan go, like you mentioned, into the 8th inning, and that saves the pen as well. I mean, the guys are able to get that extra inning, I think, because they're getting that extra day. Pitching every 6 days as opposed to 5. You can push Logan into the 8th. They did the same thing with Wu, trying to get him through the 7th, I believe it was. So you can get an extra inning. It saves the pen. It saves the high leverage guys. It's kind of the same result as the piggyback, right? Saving the pen and getting these guys a little deeper. So it's been good, obviously. It'll be interesting to see what they do second half, right? Can they stick 6-man the whole season? Will they bring up some of the kids? Will they create like the super pen? I mean, there's a lot of options, which is good. They have more options pitching-wise than most teams, which is good for them, obviously.
Yeah, in the end, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the offense on this team. Randy Arozarena has been leading the way. He headed to the All-Star game. What has he meant to the team this season, Brad?
He's been their most consistent hitter. He's meant a lot to them. I mean, he's hit everywhere from leadoff to cleanup. We saw the grand slam, the multi-hit game on Sunday. He's been that one constant in the lineup, which you really haven't had a lot of constants. Is that the right word? Constants. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, guys, brain beach, beach brain.
It's the sargassum.
It's the sargassum getting to me, guys.
We started it off on the wrong foot anyway. We got stuff in the prompter we don't even know about.
Exactly. With Cal being out, Julio being out, and hopefully he can join the team in Tampa. There's been a lot of guys up and down, in and out. They're trying to find some spots for people. They're trying to find a lineup that works. And Randy's been the one guy who's been there, and it's been really good to see. Definite deserving of the All-Star bid. He got in last year when Julio declined to go and had Randy go in his place, but he definitely deserved it this year. You see the numbers. He's putting up a monster first half, and he's been really important to that offense so far.
Yeah, if he keeps it rolling and you get guys like you mentioned Cal and Naylor rolling as well, it's going to be fun to watch. You are with the team, Brad, in Miami. Anybody feeling like they got a little bit of the All-Star snub? I mean, we were talking about it. Bryce Miller's numbers, you could say. Julio Rodriguez, solid, but then gets the concussion. Dom Canzone, Logan Gilbert, Emerson Hancock, just a few of the guys that possibly could have made the All-Star team.
And don't forget about Cole Young.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I'm somewhat surprised that the players voted for our Oregon State beef, Travis Bazzana. And I know that Ryan Roland Smith's happy about that because he's the Aussie. The second baseman for Cleveland. Off to a really nice start. But you kind of look at the numbers, and Cole's numbers are better in a lot of categories. So I was kind of surprised that he has not gotten more attention. I think some guys will be added. Julio, the concussion, it's interesting to see if he gets added. Would he play? I don't know, what that situation is going to be like. I do think some pitchers will be added. As you guys know, anybody who throws on Sunday, not eligible to pitch in the All-Star game on Tuesday. So there'll be some replacement pitchers. And the list that you showed there are very deserving. And Logan's deserving. I think Bryce Miller is very, very deserving. So, we'll see what happens on Sunday. But I would not be surprised if one or two pitchers get added for sure.
You're around the team, you're around these guys. Do you ever hear it? Because it feels like they're professionals and they get it. Not everybody can make the All-Star team, obviously, but they pretty much keep it in check as far as their emotions, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Certainly, it would be nice for these guys to make it. We asked Bryce Miller about the All-Star team his last start. And he's like, man, I missed the first 7 weeks. I haven't really been thinking about that. But guys, it's something that it's an honor. It's certainly important to them. And when you have a team in first place like the Mariners are, you expect to have maybe more than one, right? I know we're not an entire country like Canada who gets everybody in. But you'd think you'd have more than one. And I think that they will get that. But, it's something that they know it's sometimes a popularity contest. They know that and to be honest, sometimes guys just want the break. A lot of guys are from the East Coast and Florida area, and in Tampa Bay is kind of nice. Everybody just kind of stays and just enjoys themselves. So, they wouldn't mind going to Philly, but some like the break as well.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, let's look about this series we got coming up here, Brad. The Rays are the best record in the American League. The Marlins are 49-42. This is not going to be an easy road trip for the Ends.
Not at all. Look at the Marlins, and their offense is really good. They won 20 games in June. They play really well at home. Max Meyer, an all-star, he's going today. They've got some breakout stars, and Liam Hicks and Otto Lopez, who leads the majors in hitting. They play well. They're in a really good division, and to have a winning record in a really good division like the NL East, that tells you something. So these 3 games will be difficult, and then you're right. You go to Tampa, the good old Tropicana, refurbished. Can't wait to see that place. But they've got the best record in all of baseball at home. 31-13, the Rays do. They do things differently. They've got their own system that certainly works, but they're putting up great numbers. Again, they just lose players and just draft and plug, and they play really well at home, and it's going to be difficult these next 6 games. The Mariners are under 500 on the road. They got to find a way to have that consistency. Start with pitching, and hopefully it starts tonight with Brian Wu. Again, we mentioned how he struggles on the road. Hopefully that will kind of correct and fix itself, and these guys just keep right on rolling into the break.
I really do appreciate you too. Before the day, I didn't know who Otto Lopez was. I didn't know.
Look at his numbers.
I know. I didn't know who Belgium and Ohio were exactly the same. Didn't know anything about sargassum. I mean, we're learning, Paul. It's a show to learn. It really is.
Well, yesterday you learned about Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. Brad, now I want to learn a little bit about traveling, if you will. You travel with the team. I understand you take charter planes, but travel is travel. A rough look at your schedule. Cleveland to Seattle, Seattle to Miami, Tampa to Seattle, All-Star break, Seattle to Texas, Texas to LA, LA to Seattle, Seattle to New York, New York to Houston, Houston to Milwaukee, Milwaukee to Seattle. My friend, that's a lot of miles for you and the Mariners. How do the guys handle that grind on the road? I mean, Sylvie takes one trip down to Arizona for a Seahawks game. He comes back Monday and he's like, oh my God, I can't handle this road.
I'm in first class too, Chris.
Egan, can I have Monday off? It was a 2.5-hour trip.
Real glass, real silverware.
Like, oh my God, Egan, they're going to send me to San Francisco next week. Can I get Friday off? How do them? No, seriously, Brad. I mean, that's a lot of travel for this team.
It's a lot of travel, and that's kind of been, the theme for the Mariners over the years. They travel more than anybody else, right? It's hard. We came in Sunday, and then we had a delay, and we came in, and we got to the hotel a little after 4 a.m. on Sunday, which I guess would be Monday morning. It had Monday off, but it just doesn't feel like an off day. When you go east, it's difficult. When you lose those hours, it's difficult. Today, I'm still dragging. Not that it really matters, but I'm still out there on the beach. I'm walking it, guys. I've got my Mai Tai. I'm leaning into the Miami beach scene. I'm going to wear linen. I think this whole series, white linen. You'll see me in.
Well, that's why I wore linen today. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then guys going to scatter on Sunday for the All-Star break, depending on where they go. But you're right. You go home, and then it's right back to Texas. A division game 4 hours away. That's hard. It certainly catches up to these guys a little bit. That's why we try to leave on after the game, so there's an off day, a full off day to recover. These guys are smart. They're drinking water, they're getting sleep, they're doing what they can, staying off their feet, not going out in this heat like dummy me. So they'll be fine. We got 2 domes on this trip, which is good. But the travel, it's no joke. For sure. And, these guys are just kind of adapting and just be smart about it.
Well, it's funny because Paul and I have, over the years, we've been working at King for a long time, and people be, hey, the Mariners are off today. Why don't you bring one of them in the studio no. They don't. The last thing they want to do is hang out with the media on their one off day of the month.
Yeah. The off day is gold. We know that, especially for you, Brad. I know sometimes you get an off day in a different city. You want to go golfing with the fellas and relax a little bit. We love to talk food with you. You're in Miami. Have you been to Old Havana? They make a great Cuban sandwich there.
I know.
Any chance?
Wow.
Well, I had a Cuban last night at the hotel. It was fine. But, the ballpark located there in Old Havana, look at that. That is just fantastic. Nice. Yeah, that's the real stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try to get there and try to walk around a little bit and enjoy. How we doing? Yeah. I tell you what, your Photoshop guys are on point against that.
That could be my favorite AI photo.
You see the sargassum in the background. You can see it. Right? We need our Mai Tais, though. Come on.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
nice. I know who did that. Dusty Baker working the art for us today.
Go ahead. I want that as a poster in the sports office.
It will be available after the show.